Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Kaylin Ariel. Honestly, I don't know when the last time y'all saw me was. Maybe like a year ago? A year ago? I really hope not, but I think it was a year ago. I'm so sorry. How has life been? I just finished my freshman year of college at USC, and I have so much to talk about. Kind of like, seasons. Let's talk about seasons. I'm talking about God in this video. I recently discovered my relationship with Jesus Christ within the past 6 months, and it was something that I feel like most of my life it was not like I'd never placed God priority in my life, and I think that it has a lot to do with you taking on like your family's views and stuff like that, but like at a certain point you have to decide like what's best for your life. And luckily, my family and I ended up coming back around to Jesus and stuff like that, but it was never a main thing in my life up until now. And I'm so glad that this year I was able to start it off with me building my relationship with Jesus Christ, because I was actually placed in a position where I had no other choice but to turn to him. Some things you think that you can only do on your own, and I think for the longest I was treating myself as though I was idolizing myself, guys. There's no other way to say it. And it was I was treating myself like I don't need anybody else. I need other people, but I didn't treat myself like I needed God. I treated myself as if I was God. That was literally the only way to say it. I was spiritual, and anybody that's been spiritual, I think that's kind of the premise of it from what I was doing, is you look at yourself I get myself here. I'm here, but I need to get myself here, and I have to see myself as a certain way to get here. But it's that is not how you get anywhere. You get places by being grateful and calling on God. And I wasn't doing that. I had so many great things in my life looking back, and although I still do, some of them are gone. And maybe some of them were materialistic things that I really wanted or had but no longer have, or people or things like that. More, not really so much people, but more so things that you just take for granted in life. I don't know how to explain it, but you really understand when you get to the bottom of the bottom. When you actually lose it, it's oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And so I'm just really glad that I'm able to talk to you guys today about my testimony. I feel I'm not gonna talk about my testimony in this episode. I love that. But I just want to talk to you guys about seasons today, and I really hope you like the little microphone action. I feel real fancy with that one. I actually ordered it this morning. I've been meaning to order it for the past 4 months, but God woke me up and I said, okay, I'm gonna order it today. I honestly need to listen to him and apply for a job too, because I need a summer job real bad. But before I did this, I actually prayed to God for what I should talk about in this video. Low-key been rambling, but I want to talk to you guys about seasons, because I feel after I've just finished my freshman year at USC, I can honestly say, I can honestly say that I had to go through so many things in so many months of being away from everything I've known and realizing how good my life was before, and I never really noticed. And even though my life was still good while I was at USC, it's those things you don't really realize are really good until they're gone. I'm gonna elaborate. Think about having this perception that, oh my gosh, when I move, when I leave this city, when I leave this group of people, when I leave this environment, I'm gonna prosper. People are gonna be wanting to be my friend. People are gonna want to be around me. I'm gonna be able to have all these new experiences. Nobody's gonna be able to say they know me, things like that. It's why wouldn't people like me? Kind of type of thing. And that was me. That was me. Like, I hate to say it. It's really sad. It's really sad. Like, that was me when I went into college. I remember I went to orientation, that vlog. Bro, I thought I was that girl, like, that day. Like, literally, I'm like, I'm in LA. You can't tell me nothing. I can't wait to leave everybody and everything behind. I get to college. I don't really like the people in my school. I can't lie. There's a handful of people that I like, but then there's people where I've tried to be nice to, or like tried to be their friend, but it just comes off as like they're a little fake, or they don't mesh with me. Like, me being me, they're not being enough of them. Like, I feel like everybody acts the same. Like, everybody stays in like this mellow state, and like I like to go up, or like mellow up. But I'm like always, like, if I'm really comfortable with you, I'm always up. And so it's like I've only found like at max 6-7 people at that campus where I feel like I can truly be myself and not feel like, oh, they're gonna be talking about me when I leave, or I'm gonna feel dumb right after I say something because like they don't do enough, you know what I mean? And you know, they have their friends and they can do that, but I realized it made me miss the people that I had, you know, was dealing with back home. I was so quick to try to get away from this, but those are the people that actually mess with me. You really think like, oh, you can just move somewhere else and like find these amazing friendships when you spent years building certain ones, and like it's just never gonna compare. Like, you know, and maybe one day when you build that rapport, but like overall, like you can't just, you know, make something a certain way like right off the bat. And like I think I was just really thinking like, oh, why wouldn't somebody want to be my friend? Like, well, I can go here and I can just, you know, have like go out on the town. I thought I was gonna be like making YouTube videos, vlogs. I was thinking like I'm gonna be at the clubs, I'm gonna be in the city, I'm gonna be at the beach. I was in that dorm. Girl. Okay, like there's no other way to put it. I was in that dorm, in that bed specifically, with that projector on at 7 o'clock every day. Honestly, 4 o'clock. After that class ends, I'm in the bed immediately. DoorDash immediately. And honestly, I would even sometimes, this is so sad, bro. This is so sad. I would even go as far as to like talk to my friends and like try to tell them like, bro, it's not the same with y'all without y'all and stuff. And it's just like I had to be put in that situation to not have no friends at school, to remember that that's not the goal right now. Number one, like, you don't need friends at the end of the day. It really placed me in my solitude. I love being alone, but that forced me to be alone. You know what I mean? There's a difference between like you choosing to be alone and then like you're being forced to be alone. And I missed my friends. I could have made new friends, but it was like nobody just was like, you know. And this is first semester, guys. Like, you know, maybe this is somebody else's experience too. But I was really like just thinking of how like my friends that I've had for years, like they were really like, I feel like those are the friends like God like sent for me to have. And it's like I was trying so hard to, I don't know how else to say it, this is gonna sound crazy, I was trying hard to find replacements. Not because I didn't care about my friends, but because I thought that's what college was about. I thought that college was about, you know, being out every night and having these college friends and forgetting about high school, leaving that in the past, leaving back the friends that you made with it and stuff, except for like a couple. But like, you know, I was thinking I had to get a new life when I got to college, and that's not true. I'm there to learn, and yes, I'm in another part of the world, not really, like another part of the country, and like, you know, I'm looking at how everybody else is living, so I'm like trying to force myself to be like that same way. But like, that's why I said like you have to go through seasons of being like alone for you to see that you had it right all before. Like, until you are, I was humbled. There's no other way to put it. God really humbled me. Jesus, I feel like, honestly showed me within this past 6 months, I feel like, I've really just noticed how much Jesus has done for me in my life, with my family and friends. And like, honestly, like, I talk about that because like that's a big thing for me in my life. And like, I don't think that there's anything other than Jesus. I don't think that there's anything bigger than family and friends. So like, I would miss my family, I would miss my friends, but it was like I'm at school trying so hard to like turn up the way everybody is, but except I wasn't really trying hard. I was wanting to have that like common college experience, and I just wasn't. And all I could think about was how I was so grateful to have other friends off campus. Like, maybe they're not in my life here physically, but just to know that I still have them to call on if I need them. And, whenever we can have time to see each other outside of college, like, that was the biggest blessing for me. And I don't know, I think that I was really caught up in trying to change and like, I guess, become someone that I could take seriously, I guess, or something like that. I don't even know, like someone that is just like different than I've ever known, but not for myself. I realized it was not for me. I wasn't doing that for me. I was doing that because I thought that this is what is supposed to happen when you graduate high school and you go off to college. Like, I thought I was supposed to look like I'm living this like crazy good LA lifestyle, like, but no, at the end of the day I just go to school there, but the things I actually care about are not there. And so, like I said, this is for the exception of like a couple of the good friends I made at school, but like, I just want to say that you really need to live in the moment. Like, seasons show you a lot of different things. There's seasons of loneliness where you have nobody and all these other things, but it's really to humble you. Like, I can't explain it like any more than that, but like to humble you and to teach you to be more grateful and to be more present. Because as much as I talk about being present, I feel like I've talked about it for years, but I'm never actually present. Like, I'm always looking at I'm always living in the past, bro. Like, I hate to say that, but it's just like, I guess it's because the moment is never as good as you think it's gonna be, because if you're not doing it for yourself. Like, most of the things I was trying to like do or check off was just because like somebody told me I had to do those things in college, or that's what is like normal, or that's what people do, whatever. But it was not what was making me happy. So yeah, I don't know. I really feel like, luckily this semester is over. It's over. But I truly learned just I actually just learned that you set the tone for like what you think your life should be like, and what college is supposed to be for you, what this phase of your life is supposed to mean for you. And sometimes you experience these things to get more clarity on other areas of your life. I feel like, especially seasons of like loneliness, brokenness, whatever it is, like, it shows you like what to do better in the future. And like, moving forward, I will not be sitting up thinking like I need to be more like the next person, or having a college experience that looks like the one that most people talk about. Like, my college experience is different, and I'm not gonna be scared to say it. I don't mess with the folks in my school like that. Like, it's just like that. It's just like that. But that's okay, because like, I don't need them to compare to anybody I know like for a longer time, or I don't need to be out on the town with them, every weekend. Like, that's just fine. It's cool to have 6 friends and come home and watch movies and get that work done and whatnot. But it's not cool to think that you have to make your life look a certain way because of what the media tells you. Because never did God ever tell me to go do all those things for him. Go try to, be out every weekend, or, go see different guys, go to the club, go get a fake ID, go drink, all these other things. God never told me to do those things. I'm thinking of all these things as like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I need to go do that. But it's like nothing in me was telling me to do that. Like, you're trying to force yourself to do something that nobody ever told you had to do. And so that's what like frustrates me. But like, that's why I'm grateful for like how things turned out now. I'm grateful that they didn't go how I thought they were supposed to go. I forgot to press record. Yeah, I forgot to press record. Okay, but as I was saying, the only message I want you to take from this is that a season is really to teach you exactly what not to do the next season, bro. When I tell you that God is trying to humble you, God is trying to let you be more grateful. Like, because you really can't be grateful if something like is still in your life. If you like have something in your life and you haven't like expressed gratitude for it, you really won't until it's gone. And so what I've noticed is like the things that I express the most gratitude for now are the things that I no longer have. And it sounds crazy, but it's like I end up grieving them later, because it's like I was grateful for them, but I didn't tell God how grateful I was. But like, I think I got so caught up in like the image of it, or like if it was materialistic, how it felt like for other people to see me with these things, or something like just superficial, to the point where I didn't get the point and I forgot to just thank God, and he took it. As he should. But what I want to say is like, I really just think you got to keep the main thing. Remember to be grateful and to never take anything for granted, because God can take it like this. And that sometimes that is really scary. And like, that's why the seasons are the hardest, like the lonely periods, like that's why they're the hardest. Yep. And it sucks that like, I went into this freshman year thinking like I was supposed to have this amazing experience, just to turn around and have a not amazing experience. But it's over, and at least I know for sophomore year I will be in that bed. I was in that bed, but no, I'm gonna be like around the people that I know, like I mesh with, and I'm never gonna make anybody mess with me more than you already do. Like, if you don't want to be my friend, like that's what it is. But I just hate that I internalized that to mean something about me, or comparing it to my friends that were already in college, like, oh, they already have this, they be doing this, they be doing that. I'm not doing that. But that's okay, because everybody's experience is different. And nobody ever said I had to go to college and make these great, amazing friends or have these great, amazing experiences. I'm there for my education. And one thing I can tell you is that my education was great. God did his big one with that one. I definitely chose the right school when it comes to like my education. And I honestly know that that's why I'm there. It was never for friends. It was never for friends. I came home this past weekend. I went back to Memphis and I realized it was never for friends. Bro, my friends are there. My friends are there. And I hope that they stay in my life for a really long time. And I hope they feel the same way about me. But like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I had the most fun with them than I had since before college started. I can't lie. And that might sound crazy, but I know that there's someone else that feels that same way. So like, yeah, someone might have had a great college experience, had great friends, but that just wasn't my experience. And I'm so glad that someone gets that experience. But I'm also really glad that I have friends that I feel like are lifelong friends, and that's kind of rare. So yes, I needed that season of having nobody 2 seasons for real, because I had 2 semesters of that. You know, second semester was a little better. I started meeting the friends that I actually call my friends now, you know, at school. But then, like, first semester I had 1 friend, 2 friends. First semester I had 2 friends. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be more intentional moving forward. You know, all I just want to say is that, like, you just have to realize that it doesn't say anything about you for why. Like, I'm also speaking to one of my friends right now because I know that she went through something. It never had anything to do with you, and even if it did, it was always gonna be what God wanted it to be for you. You might have needed to be humbled at the moment. That might have been why God changed his mind, took everything so quick like that. But did it break you? No. Did it break you? No. And at the end of the day, like, you are gonna get it tenfold. But yo, I don't know, guys, like, that was my word of the day. I just feel like I had to say that because, yeah, I just had to say that. I'm gonna make another one, and this one was really just because I feel like seasons be changing everything. I feel like so stuck in seasons for real, and I think that I just wonder why. Like, why is this not happening for me? Like, why is this like this? But it's not really for me to question, but in the end, like, I'm the one that's stronger for it. Like, you know, I can come up out of that. Like, that's what I think is the best thing to know. So I hope that this video helped you, and if you are in college and you felt this way, comment down below. Honestly, like, I don't know if I'm the only one that's felt that way, and maybe, you know, if you do have friends, if you don't have friends, just comment anyway, because I feel like college is a scam when it comes to, like, that college life ting. I don't believe in that. I'm there for this education. If you are there having fun, that's great. That was not my experience, though. Maybe I picked the wrong school, but like I said, I'm there for my education, so therefore I picked the right school because that education is tea, okay? But yeah, I just will see you guys in my next video, and I pray that you guys have a blessed day and a blessed week. And if you want me to pray for you, feel free to DM me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.